The New York Post. Sydney Sweeney called off wedding because she's not ready to settle down, as breakup with fiancé Jonathan Davino is confirmed. All right, well, this is what we're doing today. Sydney Sweeney, split from fiancé Jonathan Davino, has been confirmed, with an insider claiming the couple's relationship had been rocky for a long time. The source also said Sweeney didn't feel right about tying the knot with the businessman, leading to her decision to end their engagement. She's exactly where she wants to be, an insider told People on Monday, March 31st. Most people would feel overwhelmed by her working schedule this year, but not Sydney. She's all about working right now and very excited about all her projects. Okay. What did make her overwhelmed, though, was her relationship and her wedding, they continued. She didn't feel right about it. The source also said the Euphoria actress, 27, is in the middle of this magical career that she could only dream of a few years ago, and that this is what she wants to focus on right now. So what it comes down to here is she's ending her relationship because she wants to focus on her career, right? All this, it doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right to me to get married to this guy. Well, he doesn't look bad here, but if he's this wealthy businessman that can pull a Sydney Sweeney who thinks that she is top tier, which I don't think that she is, she's not that attractive, but she thinks that she's the best of the best, and the media keeps propping her up as the best of the best, at least social media does, then he has to have a lot of money to be getting a girl like this, I'm assuming, right? That's how it works typically. She's not ready to settle down. Oh yeah, she's not ready. She needs more men in her life. More men. I can't settle down with this one guy. I got to get as many more male experiences as possible. The insider said they only lasted for this long because it was hard for her to break it off. They didn't split because there is no love. They split because she just wants to focus on her career right now. Yeah, girl boss it up. The White Lotus actress and Davino, 41, were first romantically linked in 2018. Wow, they've been together for 7 years. He popped the question in 2002, so it took him 4 years to figure out he wanted to marry her. Why isn't it then that at 5 years they were married? That's how long it should take. In fact, once you decide to get married, it doesn't take that long to figure out when you're going to have a wedding. Of course, for them it would be much bigger to do than it would be for the average person. So Sweeney even opened up about their relationship during an interview with Glamour magazine on October 2024. "We're in it together," the Anyone But You actress said at the time, "and we want to see each other succeed." Sure you do. Yep. There you go, succeeding right out of the relationship. Good job. "I'm a very successful independent woman who's worked really hard," she continued. "I've accomplished and bought everything myself, and I provide for myself and my family." So you don't think that your wealthy husband could do that too? "You can be in a healthy relationship with someone and also be very successful without needing the man," Sweeney added shortly after dubbing them teammates. Wow. This woman does not know what love is, and this is the problem with the Western women. They don't know what love is. He don't look bad there either. Down here, though, he looks like a tool bag. I was just like, yeah, obviously she's leaving you. You don't look like anybody worth being with. However, rumors about possible trouble in paradise started to swirl in early March when insiders claimed that Sweeney called off her wedding with the producer due to major issues in their relationship. Sweeney and Jonathan had been having major issues but are not fully split, a source close to the actress told Us Weekly. "Things are not great right now, but they aren't throwing in the towel yet," the insider added. "They are working on their relationship, but have called off the wedding for now." Okay. Although the couple was supposed to get married this spring, Sweeney allegedly couldn't handle the stress of both the wedding and her acting career. Okay. So what is more important? A job that will possibly forget about you completely in a year. Hollywood is very fickle. Or another human being. I always kind of put the people that I care about on the top of that list, the other human beings. They're the ones that are going to be there for you. A job is not going to be there for you. I understand that you need to eat and you need to make money to eat, but you've made the money that you need to make, Sweeney. She's made millions of dollars. She could retire now and live the rest of her life comfortably and not have to worry about eating. And I got to take care of my family too. Do you? And how much money does that take? Sydney is really focused on her career, the insider continued. Jonathan wishes they were able to spend more quality time together. Sweeney then began sharing Instagram posts of herself without Davino or her engagement ring. Again, he looks like a tool bag here too. "Only up from here," she wrote on Instagram on Tuesday, March 25th, of course. She also reunited with her Anyone But You co-star Glenn Powell, 36, for his sister's wedding in Texas on Sunday, March 30th. She reunited with him. You know what that means. As for her acting career, Sweeney is booked and busy with different projects, including the 3rd season of Euphoria and a film adaptation of the best-selling book The Housemaid. She is also set to star as real-life boxer Christy Martin in a sports flick and as actress Kim Novak in the upcoming film Scandalous. Yeah, so she's busy working. She's too busy working to have a relationship with a man. Then why have a man at all? If it's career or a relationship, you have to choose one or the other, then why have a man at all? And here's the point, guys. Or if this is really the case where she ended her relationship with him because of her career, she wants to focus on her career, she's not cut out for a relationship. She's not relationship material. What man is going to want to be with her if it's like, oh, well, your next job is going to come up. You're going to be too busy to be spending time with me. And then you're going to break it off. You'd rather have a career than a husband. You'd rather have a career than a boyfriend. Well, why would I want to be with you? You're going to put other things ahead of our relationship. The relationship should be number one. That's really what it comes down to. And if you don't see it that way, then you're not fit for a relationship. And the problem is that American women, Sydney Sweeney is American, want men to not put the relationship as number one. So they're willing to act the same way. Say the relationship isn't number one. There's some comments down here, they're not very good. Or Ryan Nolan says he's going to miss those puppies. Whatever that means. Jiminy Cricket says, yep, again and again and again and again. And that's just Monday. I don't know what he's referring to. Vichika Vong, she wants to take her chest on tour before settling down, yeah. Kamala's campaign debt says, weird. If she knew all of this already, then why would she say yes to getting married in the first place? And why do women feel the need to say, I don't need a man if they're so independent? You need him for publicity because no one cares about your movies. Yeah. Metallica says she is heading towards 30. What the hell is she waiting for? Needs to freeze those eggs. Well, freezing eggs does not always work. Those eggs might not be viable when you're done. So Sydney Sweeney she's not going to put you first. If you are a man in her life, she's not going to put you first. She's going to put her career first, which means that if she has children, she's going to put those second, probably. And then where are you going to be? You're going to be third, fourth, probably, because she's going to put herself before you. So this is what happens when you give women independence, equal rights, right to vote, all that stuff. You have to contend with these sorts of issues where women do not want to settle with a man. All right, I have a video here I want to share with you. So take a look at what this lady has to say.
She's not a gold digger because she doesn't want to do 50-50 with you. Maybe she just wants a real man instead of a little bitch who, instead of going to work, is going to be an emotional and financial burden and hold her back from reaching her true potential.
Sorry, your true potential, ladies, is to be an amazing wife and mother. That's what you bring to the table. You don't have those things? Oh, you are trying to reach your full potential as an OF star? Well, then I don't want to be with you.
Allow me to women'splain, if I may. In the United States, a private chef can cost you $75,000. A maid, $35,000. So by that logic, a woman who cooks and cleans provides over $100,000 worth of free services for the household. Meanwhile, you want her to pay half the rent, half of...
No, you're asking for a man to pay. You said in the beginning, a woman is not a gold digger because she wants to go 50-50, or she doesn't want to go 50-50 with you. So by that logic, I'm paying for everything. I'm paying for the house. I'm paying for the cars. I'm paying for whatever the children need. What are you doing? Are you cooking and cleaning? Maybe you're not, because maybe I make enough money that you don't have to. Are you taking care of the kids? Maybe not. Maybe I make enough money that you don't have to. So all my money goes to running the household while you do what? Please explain.
Dinner? One day when that woman gives him children, he's going to roll over one day and say, you've let yourself go. You're not the same person I fell in love with. Maybe if she weren't so busy checking your underwear for skid marks and packing your lunchbox for work, she would have more time to take care of herself. But here she is, taking care of a man-child. Normalize calling...
Yes, all men are children. That's how it works, because they have aspirations to, go on adventures, play video games, to watch action movies, all these childish behaviors. While you're sitting here going, you need to pay for me. Yes, just like your father did. Or maybe in your case, he didn't, but how you wanted him to. Idiot.
Men who don't understand a true and equal partnership, gold diggers. Save that 50-50 crap for divorce. And remember, ladies, the only time you should ever become a housekeeper for an ungrateful man is when you eventually divorce him and keep his house.
All right, so how do you know he's ungrateful? What makes him ungrateful? All these women think they can have their cake and eat it too. You're not going to get what you want out of life, ladies, unless you start living in reality. But they don't want to do that. So here's another video we can watch.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty? Not a lot, and that should change.
How do we change that?
Let women take over.
Most female-dominated industries are sex or beauty-related, correct?
Yes.
That's the way things are right now. That should change.
Well, right, but why would women want to give up their power if they can use it to,
Because it shouldn't be the only power that we're able to hold in society.
Okay, so how do you get other power in society? You don't have big muscles. You only get power by men giving it to you. Because men can just take whatever they want. As a group, we can. The only thing keeping you safe from other men, from outside men coming and taking you, is strong men here.
Well, whether it should
When you don't give women a fair chance to gain power, they're going to do whatever it takes.
Well, is there any...
Women have had a fair chance to gain power. They're allowed to run for political office. They're allowed to be CEOs.
thing stopping women from getting power any other way?
Yes, men.
Well, I mean, but men also give women their power, correct?
Not enough of it.
If all the men in the world were gay, how would women get power?
Because they're f***ing women.
What does that mean?
They're strong and better than men.
Well, right, but I'm saying if...
And she has this smug look on her face, like she knows that she's talking crap right here. She's like, of course I'm going to say that, because what else could I say? Ridiculous.
Women couldn't use sex to control men, then how would they get power?
Skip.
Yep, because they don't have an answer to that question, because there is no answer to that question. Men give you your power, women, ladies. Men allow you to have power. The only other way you can get power is with lots of money. We've made it so that you can earn as much money as you want to, but then you squander it on garbage, Gucci bags, and dresses that you wear once, if that. It's ridiculous. Now we're going to end with a woman who actually gets it and her friend who does not. Let's take a look here.
How much money should a guy make per year?
200,000, I guess.
My boyfriend makes like 30,000.
30,000? That should be way more.
I feel like that's like enough.
He needs some.
There you go. She feels like that's enough. Now, I don't know if these things are real or not. These girls are being honest, because you could just set this up. You could just have two girls acting this way, or a girl acting whatever way, you know.
Make enough to spoil you and buy you everything you want.
But like he works hard for it, so I don't really care if he
No,
spoils
obviously he doesn't if he makes 30,000.
But he does. 30,000
No, he
is enough.
doesn't. No, it's not.
Why not?
Because a man should be spending a ring on 30,000. So, but what kind of...
So what she meant was a man should be spending 30,000 on a ring. What are you going to do with that ring? I mean, really, why do you need to have these material things? Why do you need to be able to show off, like, hey, my husband or my man can do this? That doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. If the economic system in the country were to completely collapse right now, if the grid were to go down or something like that, would this woman stand by your side through that? No, what she would do is she would want you to protect her and rescue her, which is fine. I don't mind doing that if you need that. But what if I need to be protected? What if I need to be rescued? Where are you going to be? Are you going to stand there with me? That's what really matters, is having somebody who has your back.
How far does he drive?
He doesn't have one.
Exactly.
I mean, I drive him around, that's fine.
That's pathetic.
But he's there for me. Like, I love him. He's there for me. The money doesn't really matter.
See, exactly. He's there for you. That's the important part. It's like, would he be there for you if the chips were down? If you got some sort of horrible disease and had to go into the hospital, would he care about you? Would he be the one to stand beside you?
He's emotionally there.
He's physically there too.
A guy should spend a third of his salary on a ring. That's what I was taught.
I think money...
Third of his salary. So if he's making $200K a year, a third of his salary, he's going to be $65,000 on a ring? You got to be kidding me. That's ridiculous.
doesn't matter, so...
It does matter if you want a successful life.
But we are successful.
Obviously not if you have to drive him around.
I don't think it matters.
It does matter.
So yeah, you got two women here. I mean, I think both of them are pretty cute. Looks for me is like, hey, are you small? That's basically it. As long as you're not like messed up in the face, and the other one of these women has a messed up face. And so then they're thin, and the one girl is really short. The other girl might be too tall for me. I don't know. Maybe she has heels on. I don't know what her deal is. But yeah, get a good woman, guys. Get the kind of woman who wants to stand beside you, who wants to build something bigger than either of you could build on your own. Who doesn't want to play games, etc. Hard to find in the United States. Go to the foreign market. You'll get it. Sydney Sweeney is not a good option. The only reason to date a Sydney Sweeney, to get with a Sydney Sweeney, is for her money. That's it. Because she's going to be too busy to give it up to you on a regular basis. It might help your reputation too. It might help your career. She could give you a boost there if she has, the right connections and the right amount of fame. But she's going to put her career over you, over a relationship. Forget that. And who knows? She's probably lying. She's probably just making, because women will make up these excuses instead of saying, because for some reason, whatever reason, they can't just say to you, I just don't like you. Of course, they don't even know why they don't like men. They don't know. They don't understand where the ick comes from a lot of times. They don't understand what it is that turns them off about men. But if you like my content, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. I'll see you in the next video.